3 moms, 0 filters, all the chaos.
Welcome to Moms, Meltdowns, and Probably Menopause.
Where motherhood gets real.
I'm Reagan.
I'm Ro.
And I'm Monica.
Let's talk. What do you wish you knew before you had kids?
That I would never, ever, ever get a good night's rest.
Oh, amen.
One time my mom says that it doesn't get better. Even when you get married, you still don't sleep. And I was like, wait, there's no ending to this hell.
I wish I could go back to like my childhood self and be like, take a nap. Stop complaining. Take a nap.
I tell my kids, whenever you're in school, do all the things. Do every single thing that you may or may not think is fun. Just do it all. Because once you become an adult, there's no turning back. And you got to pay to have fun now. You won't have time. You have responsibilities. You have bills.
Yeah.
Do all the things.
100%.
But I think it's so hard because you spend most of your childhood trying to be this 8-year-old or 9-year-old or 15-year-old.
Yeah, you always want to grow up.
And then when you're that 15-year-old, you're like, man, I kind of wish when I just didn't do anything. Or I kind of wish when girls were just had cooties and now they're breaking my heart.
They still got cooties.
And breaking your heart. I think even us having to slow down. You're a mom and you need to slow down a bit. But then you're always like, I need to survive I can't wait for the day I will sleep.
Yes.
But then I feel bad when I do sleep or when I'm resting.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No, it's not. I feel the same way. So my husband works late a lot. A lot of the time that we get to spend together is late at night. But like there's a lot of days where I'm absolutely dog tired. He'll be like, go to bed early. But then I don't get to see you. If I had to prioritize sleep or spending time with you, I want to spend time with you.
You really love LeJared.
I love him a lot.
Because I will sleep and you let yourself in.
I was
with
trying
the
to spend
garage
time
key.
with him yesterday.
Okay.
I ended up falling asleep on him because I wanted to spend time with him.
That's not the spend time she's talking about.
That's not what I was talking about.
Bow wow.
Gracious. You too.
You know, one of my kids asked me, Mom, what is bow chicka bow wow? I'm gonna go grocery shopping now. I don't know where you heard it from. I'm
Defer that question to your father.
Yes.
not ready.
Ask your daddy. He's your daddy.
Oh my.
So what's another thing that you would tell your younger self? Take the trips. Eat at that fancy restaurant.
Save your money.
That's totally the opposite of what
I
I'm
know
saying.
it's
Yeah,
the
like-
opposite of what you're saying, but do you know how much money kids are?
What I would tell the kid is it all will work out. You spend a lot of time trying to figure out what you're going to do, where you're going to end up. And you dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. If I could tell my younger self to worry less, because I didn't follow like a particular path. What I thought I was going to do, and then that didn't work out. And now being in HR, I was the girl that didn't like date in high school. Like I didn't have boyfriends lining up. Woohoo, let me take you out. You know, and I got married. And at that, when the time came, you know, God got the person. So I think as a kid, you spend a lot of time
Wondering who you're going to be.
Who you're going to be. But
And-
then
yeah.
you miss out on the now. Like
Yeah.
I keep having to tell my nephew, you guys enjoy high school. Like a lot of times when we are adults and we sit around, people actually talk about the things they did in high school. Nobody remembers, and a little bit of college, but nobody talks about, you know, when I was 5. When you're an adult, the things that carry you on, you're like, man, I was loose. Ditto. You know, like, but
What is happening with this episode?
But you know what I'm saying? Like when we sit as moms, we relive our high school years. We relive our college years. So I keep telling you're so busy. I'm going to go and make it and I'm going to be this person. But you're not enjoy being on the bus. Ride the bus.
Get off your phone.
Yeah. A lot of those memories that I actually have are from high school. Really, I can say. And college. To the younger self, you should have just slowed down enough to
Pay more attention to the now and stop making plans that probably aren't going to work out.
anyway.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I
I
have
think
grand
you should still
plans.
have a plan. Still have a plan, but be very flexible.
Yeah, I think that you should have an idea of where you want to go so that you can try to achieve that. But I think that if you get caught up in making detailed plans about what your life should be, then you open the door to
Disappointment. More disappointment.
and rejection. Because I agree. I had a very structured plan of what my life should be. And girl,
I fell flat.
it ain't that.
Yeah. And I like my middle one. My middle one is more whimsical in how she dreams. You know, she'll be an artist.
I love that for her.
I know. And she'll have a home in Florida. And then they will have a paint house where she can paint. And then she'll have like
Beautiful.
a home in Georgia. Part of me is, who's she gonna marry? But then I like that because she's easily go with the flow of life if it did happen to her, because everything is just spatial versus, you know, my oldest is more like I'm gonna be this, and this.
This is what I have to do.
This is what I have to do because I feel like this is who I need to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like the kids that kind of wander a lot more. If we were to bring this back, sports and all that stuff, that's what's getting kids into that narrow road.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because the kid starts to do a sport and now their dreams are only sports related. So now you have to really kind of chug down that line a lot more versus if you were just eating dirt. I keep saying this thing about kids need to eat dirt.
My oldest one did. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Why does he not get sick? Because he chewed on rocks and wood chips at daycare.
At least he's got the minerals.
My
vitamins, it's minerals.
husband freaks out because he dropped food on the floor and picked it up and ate it. And I'm like, my dude, he ate wood chips that were sprayed with bug spray. I mean,
but did he die?
And probably peed on by all kinds of animals. We're gonna get a little upset over some germs that got on food that fell on the floor for 5 seconds.
We're building immunity.
That's what I say.
For instance, Ro, because you have teenagers, what do you tell them in the now?
In the now, stop looking at your phone. Stop being worried about what everybody else thinks. Do what makes you happy, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. Do what makes you happy.
That is my favorite phrase to use. I use it with my husband a lot too. I think that he gets caught up a lot on public perception. Listen, you're the one living your life. They're not. Why do you care what they have to say? I tell him all the time that he needs to focus on what brings him joy. And if somebody else has a problem with that, that's their problem, not his.
I tell the youngest one when something happens with another kid, I said, can you control what he says or does? No. Can you control what you say or do? Yes. Then that's all that matters. So you do you and let them do them. They are not my kid. I am not their parent. If it makes you happy, do it. As long as you're not hurting anybody, then do it. If
You
it
don't
brings
have
you
to
joy,
answer for somebody else's behavior, but you do have to answer for yours. I say that a lot because I am a people pleaser and I always have been. However, I don't prescribe to what people think about me. I don't let that get to me. I want to make you happy, but if you think that I'm garbage, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of confidence because a lot of people prescribe to what the social content assume. And I think it takes a lot of growth. Not saying that it won't bother you, but enough to brush it off. Like
that though, I also want you to like me. I don't care what you think about me, but I want you to like me.
You want to fit in.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
You can like me and still think bad things about me, and that's fine. And I don't care. But I just want you. I think it goes back to me wanting to make people happy. Because if you like me, then I make you happy. But if you don't like me, I clearly don't make you happy. So I think that's where that comes from.
You don't care enough to change you, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a trait to teach a kid. You're gonna like me, but I'm not changing who I am for you to like me. So you just need to figure it out.
Yeah.
I've only recently gotten to that point, probably within the last couple of years.
I don't change who I am. I am who I am, and I am very unapologetically me. I am a giver. Will literally give you the shirt off my back to anybody, but a lot of people don't like that. I don't know what it is about my personality.
It's so hard for people to understand how genuine someone can be by pouring themselves when they're not getting anything back. Again, going back to that, it's we used to scratch my back, I scratch your back. So now when you're just genuinely, what is wrong with this weirdo? Like,
or what do they want?
Yeah. Or what do they want?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that people struggle with the fact that I am actually being genuine with how I am.
Sometimes you're a bowl of sunshine that's really, really bright.
Are you saying that I hurt people's eyes?
You shine bright like a diamond.
Why, thanks. But
sometimes it's just too much for people.
I agree. And I think that is the problem, that I am too much for people sometimes.
What they've seen in their past, they've seen, I do something, I get something. And then maybe like down the line, you meet someone like you who is just given something is off. So younger self, be you.
Yes. Unapologetically. At the end of the day, the only person that you have to answer to about who you are is you. And again, if somebody doesn't like you, that's their problem and their loss.
I've had to tell my oldest that you have a lot of people that follow you for you. So don't change you for the one person who's not following. Like you miss out on the rest.
I say that I'm unapologetically me and, I had that whole conversation, but I've had a lot of people that I thought were really close friends that have turned their backs on me, left me, and stopped being my friend. It is hurtful because you have that time where you think, what did I do to cause this? You just have to figure out it's not about you all the time. And sometimes it's about them.
I think another thing I would say to my younger self is it's not that serious.
Amen. Why are you going to fight for somebody who doesn't want to be in your life?
Or just situations where it stresses you out.
Yeah. Exactly. Bring yourself joy. That's what the world is about. You should bring yourself joy and try to bring joy to other people around you.
My sister-in-law used to always say this to his the son. I used to find it so funny. He'd be crying. Choose to be happy. And even when he was like toddler, he's walking around fussing. He's like, choose to be happy. Nobody can make you happy. Choose to be happy. We joke about it, but it's the truth. You have to find your own happiness. And whatever situation, you still have to find ultimately your own happiness.
Yeah, I agree.
I would tell my younger self that the heartbreak that I felt at one point is not the end of the world, and that there is somebody better for you in the future, and that there will always be.
I think that through every heartbreak, whether it be, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, whatever, all of that forces you to grow. You have two options when you have heartbreak. You can either grow as a person, or you can backtrack and like kind of like cave in on yourself. And you have to decide when you have that heartbreak which one you're going to do. Are you going to use it as a growing moment, choose a better partner, or choose better quality in friends? I guess my point is, are you going to learn a lesson from everything that happened?
You're going to grow through what you go through.
Amen.
And I think you don't get the tough skin like immediately.
No, you have to go through stuff.
You have to, and even when you go through stuff earlier, it took me forever to say filled out a nursing. But it didn't, I couldn't say it until I had gotten to a place where now my current job made me feel.
Yeah, you had to find a place where you felt successful
like
to be able
to say it.
Admit the failure of the other.
Failure. Yeah. So to the younger self is you will fail, but you will also get to where you'll be successful enough that it won't matter that setback.
Yeah,
that setback won't matter. Because right now I'm always, thank God, because I would have fought someone in a hospital bed.
Yeah, I don't think your bedside manner would have been the best.
My brother was an ICU nurse, and this one patient got demanding, and he said, "This is a hospital, not a hotel." I think that's what you would have said if you were a nurse.
Patient would have been like, "Can I have water?" And Monica would be like, "Get up and get it yourself."
I realized I like people. I like enjoying
Just not enough?
people. No, I don't like interacting with people like over. Does that make sense? Like, I love my job that I don't talk to anybody.
You are a behind the scenes.
Ding ding.
Monica. Oh no, people, I just don't want you to talk to me.
That tracks.
Yeah.
It makes sense though. It does.
Yeah. Again, you're not able to admit your failure. Just like there's no great relationship when you're in the weeds of that. And
I think that people also think that failure is a bad thing, but I don't necessarily think that it is. I think that some failure is a good thing because it does take you down a different path.
Telling your younger self, what are some things you can tell your younger self? Motherhood, or some things that your younger self believed about
It is
marriage.
so much harder than what you expected.
Good luck. It is the greatest joy of my life, and also the hardest thing I've ever had to work for. It is not a walk in the park, ever.
Yeah, and I almost want to say it's not everything. I think for when you're a little girl, everything is about like being married and like
It's glamorized.
It's, this whole new culture of couples that don't want to have kids. I've really sat into it and really thought like, what is it that would make someone not want to have kids? And it's great. Like, I love my kids. I don't think I would opt to not have kids, but I'm starting to see how a couple could think it's not as glamorized, and I just don't want it in my life.
Yeah. I think it also has something to do with the way that you view the world. If you don't view the world in a positive light, you're definitely not going to want to bring children into it. And that's what I think a lot of people say is it's such a dark place sometimes. Why would I want to subject a child to that? And I get it, because that is a difficult thing to do. I mean, you've got so much stuff that happens in life now that I think happened when we were kids, but I think it happened less. It's just dark, sad. I try to keep my kids away from it.
But also, I would tell my younger self, when you find your core group of friends, find your tribe, find your people.
Spend more time looking
Yes.
for your people. In college, a lot of people are just like a
Drunk.
for now kind of thing. Me and my husband met our best friend in college, and he is the godfather to both of my children, and I love him, and he's like a brother to me. He's like one of the only ones from college that we still talk to. But we spent so much of our college around this group of people that now we don't really talk to at all anymore.
Find the people, not only just the ones that you have a lot of things in common with, but that you see the attributes that you appreciate and what you would want your future, not just your family, but your future. What do we tell our kids? Like, you surround yourself with like-minded people, and that is your vibe. Find your people, find your core people, still keep staying in touch, because in the future you're going to need them for heartaches, heartbreaks, births, deaths, marriages, divorces, children, all of the things that happen in life. Like, find your people, don't let them go. Apologize when you can, but also stay true to yourself at the same time. Don't be somebody else for them. Be you for you.
Also, not hold on to something as if you'll never get, because I think sometimes also with friendships is is you miss out when you're stuck on like specific friend. I have my college friends. We kind of like try to do life outside of college, and we did for a couple of number of years. And then after that, there's a distance, and everyone's getting kids, and then now you're in this new community. I think also being open to my younger self is being open, that allowing people to come through the seasons. As adults, that's what we're missing out, is not allowing yourself to kind of dive into the season. And I say that because you guys remind me that I have friends, but if we do get rich, this is it, we're stuck. But like, it wasn't, everybody has their own individual life, and then it's PTA that connected us, and then now it's the podcast that connected us.
Yeah.
We're still churning out this other part of life out here. To that younger kid is, hey, you have your friends in soccer, and it's great. Those are permanent friends that you see them constantly. You're always going to see them. But that kid in art class who makes you laugh, do not close that out because you feel like I have this.
You don't have to have one set of friends. You can have multiple sets of friends that you do several things with. That is another one of those things. Your core group of people. Well, your core group of people might not be the same.
They may not be themselves in 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I have you two. I can also have another set of friends that are also my core group of people. Y'all don't have to hang out together, and y'all don't have to like each other.
I always talk about that. Like, I have to refer to, when I'm talking about you guys, to my friends at PTA moms, and they know like who I'm talking about.
You said it before, different seasons for different reasons.
I think so, because sometimes you get stuck on like, I want Rowena to stick with me in this season. But then in about 4 or 5 years, 6, you're going to be done with
my period.
Okay. That one too. All right, here enters menopause. You will be out of like the child rearing and everything, right? So the discussion will change. So what would keep our friendship would be something would have to come to
dark humor.
Yeah.
I was about to say, in 6 years, we're going to be so like deeply entangled with each other that our kids aren't going to matter.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so now the next level, most of the time, and I tell that to my friends, and I'm like, no, our kids are going to move and they're going to go to middle school. Half of us who meet for that midweek like Bible study will transition into middle school. It doesn't mean that we won't be as close, but we would be doing middle school people will be doing life together, the high school. But then now you'll be meeting up. Maybe we just meet up to talk trash. Yeah. That's our
I love those meetup. Trash talking it's like back in the day when you're at the club and you're drunk and you tell your girlfriend you need to go to the restroom, and she comes with you and you're both drunk and you're like sitting down on one of those little thingies and you're talking to the lady that's like handing out the paper towels and the candies and the perfume so you smell good.
What kind of club did you go to?
I was go to a club where you'll get tissue, like you have to pay for
Listen
it.
to
Yeah, the bathroom attendant. Girl, you have not been to that kind
you
of
have
club.
not gone
You
to
have
that.
not lived.
I did not go to clubs ever.
Oh, that's like
The only
best
club
place.
that I went to was in Statesboro, and it was not a club, and probably has been shut down for several reasons. But I only went to like
into the club.
I only went to make sure that my friends didn't die, so I would corral.
You're
Well, I am
talking
the type
about
of
that
person
dude?
that's going to help anybody anyway, but like
Right,
that
but it's so
seems
much more
stressful.
fun when you're
you're
inebriated.
inebriated.
It
It
is
is.
because you don't give a rat's ass.
Like, you don't realize that she's throwing up and holding a toilet that probably has like Ebola virus. from
Right.
it.
And then you have to
Yes.
wash your hands immediately because you don't want E. coli either.
Mm.
But you're also helping the girl, the stranger.
But I can do that now.
Right. But what I'm saying is, those were the days.
Mm.
Like listen, let me tell
Clearly
you,
I missed out.
I was in the living La Vida Loca phase, dancing on top of bars at the
Girl.
club.
Like I said, she
Those
would
are
tell
the
her
days.
younger self, enjoy.
Yes.
I think I would tell your younger self to slow down.
No. But did I die? No.
Did you die?
No,
That's what
but
I've been
did
trying
I
to tell
die?
her. Did
No,
you die?
no. Those were fun days. You know what? I don't regret the things that I did when I was younger because most of the time I was drunk. But nonetheless, I still had fun. I knew what I was doing, who I was with. I always made sure I butted up with somebody or it was a group of friends and have fun, but be safe. Don't do the extremes. Like, get to the point where you're about to be extreme and then back off. But you still had fun. And those are the memories. Those are the ones that I get to talk
Stick
to
out.
my
Yeah.
best friend of like 20 something years, 25 years. We will not have talked for like 7 months. And then when we do talk, we're talking about, do you remember that one time when we were at Oral Cafe in Hawaii and we were just letting loose and doing this and then there wasn't social media. So you didn't come out looking like you just went into the club looking all perfect. You look like you were sweating, you ran a marathon, there's mascara running down your face, and you need to go eat at like the closest Denny's because your stomach was full of alcohol.
And I think that's what sticks. The things that make you have closer friendships when you're vulnerable, like at the point where you don't care.
Oh, and that's when you're drunk.
Okay, you don't have to be drunk. You know
But
what?
yes.
This child. But I'm just saying, even in motherhood, I have friends where now what you've seen, you can't go back.
Yeah.
Friends where when I was pregnant, and then I thought like my water broke, I called them to come look at my underwear, and
Yeah.
they come. We're bonded for life.
Yeah,
Like
no, I get
you
it.
literally sat in my bathroom and looked at my underwear.
That's the Grey's Anatomy's episode.
You're
You know
bonded.
what I'm talking about? Do you watch Grey's Anatomy?
I did.
Do you remember when Bailey had a baby and she told George, "Stop looking at my vajayjay"?
But those are the things that bond you. To my younger self, be present in the moment. I tell a lot of people that I do not. Is one thing I felt like, because we grew up sheltered. But if there's one season in my life I don't regret, is my college, because I lived it. I was in the moment. I was like,
That's when you're supposed to be.
yes, you're
living
in it.
the
So
moment.
now when I even have friends who are like, oh, Monica, you're going out. No, we're just going to stay at home. And like the kids want to have a fort party and eat popcorn. Oh, wow.
I think the difference-
I don't feel bad because
You lived.
I lived.
I think the
Yes.
difference is both of y'all are extroverts. I'm not. I'm an introvert. And
You
I
don't
spent
seem
my
like it.
whole life
She doesn't seem like
in the house in college, and I still want to spend my whole life in my house now. And I don't feel bad about it.
We're taking her to the club.
But it's different
I
when
am
you
an
go
extro-
clubbing at a certain age.
We just gotta be back home by
when
8.
you go onto the dance floor and you throw out a hip because you can't do what you once did.
In my 20s, I wore stilettos
No.
everywhere.
Nope.
Grocery store, the club, the hospital,
And now that's why you
a
can't
car
move.
dealership. It's
Yeah.
exactly why.
That's why she's hurting.
Because
And
when I
now you
tried-
can't move.
When I wore sneakers one time, I tripped on my own feet.
Oh my good lord.
Because I wasn't elevated. And now I can't even walk. Like if you see me on
Uh-huh.
espadrilles, my ankles are shaking. Probably because I gained all this upper weight. The
No,
equilibrium
it's that.
is off.
It's all that
It's
low,
because-
low.
Yeah, I need
Top
some
and bottom jeans,
collagen
boot-
on
your-
my
your
knees.
knees don't have any collagen.
Yeah, I don't. It literally creeps. That's what I would tell myself. Take some collagen, girl. Yeah, I would tell myself, take your vitamins, take your minerals. Maybe don't lick any rocks, but
Lick
eat the
the
vegetables.
rocks.
Get healthier because in the end, it's-
Lose the weight when you're younger, because girl, you ain't losing it when you're older. Good
Yeah.
luck.
I
That's
didn't eat a
hard one.
lot when I was younger. I know. I don't know. Do you ever know what no-dos are?
No.
You're kind of young for that. I know college kids use that for like when they were cramming for tests or studying for tests. So they would take no dozing off.
Mm.
So it's like uppers that
Yeah.
you would get at a corner store. I would do that to continue partying. I got it at a corner store. It was
Girl,
legal.
it was legal.
It was legal. Try to get healthy, but because in the end, it's going to take longer for you to be healthier.
And don't take it serious. It's
But
really
don't take it
not.
serious.
I mean, they're the kids who have it figured out. I always say they're the kids who I said at my first grade, little back to school, that I'm going to be a doctor and ultimately become a doctor. But there's also the kids. I think the three of us in this place right now, they're kids who are like that. They go from point A to point B to point, and then there's some of us who graduate from the back. It's like A Z
We
D
zigzag.
H elemental P Q R W X Y Z.
There are some people who do it rigidly and they do it A, B, C, D.
And they get where they need to go.
And then there are people that are like A, C, W, P.
I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Exactly.
No, so I therefore did not have a plan. I was just winging it.
Yeah. So
But
you
look,
were the
so you
A,
were
B.
the A B Z X Y Z.
Yeah.
But I didn't even have a letter, is what I'm saying.
She's saying that she was walking perpendicular.
I was at that 45-degree angle.
If you were that one that's not in the alphabet, try the numbers. Maybe.
The alphabet
Maybe the
doesn't
alphabet
work.
doesn't
Jump
work.
onto the number
Yeah,
line.
but the point is, life will turn out the way it's supposed to at the
Amen.
end. With a little bit of heartbreak, yes. A lot of change, yes. But life will
Probably
turn
some
out.
complications because of decisions you made.
Yes. Yeah, because cause and effect.
Deshaun always thinks that if we had moved somewhere like Chicago at one point, but something inside me kept saying, no, I'm not leaving. I just feel like it's going to be too expensive over there.
Mhm.
From here, we have a house. Over there, we'd be living in an apartment until
Yeah.
we find something. And that's going to be 3 times more than what it costs over here to live in the South. And he always says, but our boys want to be here. I, deep down inside, think, no, they would be here regardless. Maybe at a different time.
Trying to think about what might have happened in a different timeline is just a waste of everybody's time. Because, like, how do you know? Things happen for a reason and sometimes happen without effort in it.
Everything will turn out the way it's supposed to turn out.
Yeah.
So to your point is there is no point in worrying about it or
Yeah.
stressing out about it. But I also think for your younger self, things are just going to happen regardless. You won't know how it's going to turn out. You just have to go with the flow. Really, just do what makes you happy. Have fun doing it. Enjoy the ride, really. And YOLO, as my little sister will say. One time I called her and I said, hey, I want to buy this, but I don't know. And she goes, does it make you happy? I said, yeah. Then that's all that matters. So buy it.
I agree. As long as what brings you joy doesn't hurt other people, go for it.
Because I even think with kids, we might, and maybe that's how we grew up. That's why we felt the need to always have it figured out, right? First generation immigrants, not coming from a home with a lot of money. You needed to have a direction because the people who are taking care of you, they don't have a plan B, a plan C for you. So you need to figure out quickly.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I think that you should work towards something. I don't think that you should just meander through life on a whim because at the end of the day, you're going to grow up eventually and you're going to have to care for yourself and you need to have a plan. That plan needs to be, like Rose said earlier, flexible. I mean, like you need to work towards a goal, maybe just not a structured goal.
I agree. I have to suppress that need to like have them be so calculated because they do have parents who will be able to, for anything, they can have an equity on a house. They could take that even if it's not going to be like it's big. But we came from where you needed to figure yourself quickly because your parent is also in the grind as well. This next generation or people, I always say people who don't come from money, so the kids can be fluid. You know, you go to college and you meet someone who's like, yeah, I'm doing art and crafts. And then the next week, I'm doing political science. But they know, it's because they know they have a cushion. Gen Zs, I think, have it figured out. The reason why they're just kind of like living, I'm not going out of my mama's house. There's that comfort in knowing that I can figure myself out because someone will, a little bit more extra funds to go around to help. That's if inflation doesn't kill the middle class. To the younger self that thought that you'll love every moment. Do you love every moment?
Of my younger self?
No.
Just of your life.
Of your life.
I don't think I ever thought that I would love every moment. I have not. However, I feel like every moment has led me to the person that I am today and led me to what I have today. And I don't know that I would give that up.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Things were meant. Things are the universe.
So did I love the whole process of getting here? No. Do I love what I have here? Yes.
Do you think there is a one moment in time that you would, if you were able to go back and change, would you change it knowing what you have now?
Oh yeah, there are several things that I would change. However, saying that, I don't know if changing those things would change the course of my life.
They would.
So
I think.
like there are specific things from my early college years that I would love to change and I would love to forget. There are people that I would have loved to have never met in my earlier college years. But if I had never met those people, I don't know that I would have been in a place where I would have ever met Jarrett.
This man is like the love of your life.
100%.
The way she talks about
Yeah, like you love
100%.
this man. Love him.
He is one of the best decisions I ever made.
what you thought motherhood would be like and what is actually. So like I thought that I would take nap in the afternoon while my kids garden in our home garden versus reality, which is I tell them to leave me alone so I can nap.
You nap, but there's no garden.
What are some like what you thought and what is reality?
I thought my kids would kind of take a little bit of kind of my characteristic of wanting to get things done in a way where they would tidy up after themselves now that they're older. Here's my thing. I learned a lot of what I do now from my mom and my dad, mostly my mom because I'm a girl. And even though I have all boys, I thought that me being repetitive in not just chores, but just in routines and everyday happenstance, that they would kind of pick up on it and be like, oh yeah, I see mom. She gets everything ready before, bedtime so that in the morning she could sleep in a little, just 10 minutes longer. And then when she gets up, all she got to do is brush her teeth, wash her face, change her clothes, out the door. That doesn't happen with my children. It takes 2 hours to get out of bed, brush your teeth, fix your hair, put deodorant on, eat breakfast, find your clothes, tie your shoes, get your bag ready, go out the door. That's my expectation because I followed like my mom, but then my parents were also in the military, so
Mm-hmm.
they did that as
Mhm.
part of their job.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm not, I kind of thought that with me doing that, my kids would kind of follow suit, but that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Which kind of irritates me so much because I am almost the creature of routine in some aspects.
Yeah.
But it hasn't followed them. And that's what I thought my kids would kind of do because I did that with my parents.
I thought I'd be a better mom.
What makes you think you're not?
Yeah. I feel like I expected me to be,
Susie Homemaker?
yeah, I don't want to say happier. I am happy.
Like the Stepford wives.
Yeah, like happier.
Oh, they were like on Quaaludes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
But,
if
like,
you want that.
That's what I'm saying. The TV homemaker,
The
perfect.
romanticized.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought that's
What it was supposed to be.
yeah, what it would be like, and it's not. It took me a while to get used to the fact it was all fake, and like that was never going to be
It
a
was
reality.
a scam. What they didn't show after the commercial is she shot up some drugs.
She popped some pills.
So, and I mean, like now, we have social media, but people only show like the good side of
Yeah.
they don't show the ugly.
Some do.
If you have friends who are like,
Yeah.
I mean, my
It makes you
level
feel a
of-
lot better about yourself, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yes. 'Cause the standard, we're messing up our kids the same way. So,
All of our kids could have group therapy together.
yeah, when they're older.
Or start their own podcast for free therapy.
therapy.
Hey!
Yes, but you see, if you were just the only reflection of motherhood was what you saw on TV.
Yeah.
And I tell people, like, I post my kids when they're smiling. One of my friends, she'll be like, "You do so much." I yelled at them 2 minutes before I posted this picture. So please do not believe what you're seeing on social media.
Yeah, right?
Okay?
I love that confession.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Yes, we get out, and yes, we do a lot of things. Yes, we go to the library. Yes, I'm in their school, but it's not as picture perfect. So when you look at these things on social media, it's remembering that it's this mom. Nobody wants to show their bad side. When you go to an interview, you don't go to an interview and be like, "My weaknesses are I cannot focus. I'm always late." Nobody
Yeah.
goes like that. You go walk into the interview and you're like, "Yeah, I'll be on time."
So you lie.
Day one.
Without hesitation.
Yeah, like.
Let's hope your boss doesn't listen to this.
Like,
Or any future
I work
bosses.
from home. And
It's
I'm
like,
not
Monica,
going for the login.
we need a Zoom. Let's schedule this Teams meeting
Oh my gosh.
expeditiously.
And Reagan said something back. That's the key. I think that's a key to the life, and that's a key to the younger self, is being confident. When you're confident in who you are, then you won't matter. I see a mom, and we always say, like, the Lululemon mom, it's hard for me to just be competing with her because I'm doing what I need to do and I'm kicking butt. But you see, it has to come from within. You have to know within that you are a good mom.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that from within, everything that comes in front of your face will be a comparison. You won't even start to think, oh, the Monica I know is always late, so she probably showed up to that library late. The Monica I know yells. You won't lean on to the truths that you already know.
I think that we all agree that we would just tell our younger selves that we just need to chill out a little bit. Be confident in who you are. Do what makes you happy.
I'm going to end this by saying when I was younger, I would always tell my girlfriends, they even think about getting married, do you, and maybe a few other people.
That's it. That's how that one's ended. I'm just going to leave that out there, and social media is going to decide.